What's up, taste buds? It's me, Brandon, and I'm back. So for the big return, I figured why just give you one cook or video or whatever when I can pack in 3. So if you're smart enough to have actually read the title of the video, you already have a good idea that I'm going to be making bacon, salami, and prosciutto for the first time ever. Probably asking yourself, but Brandon, why are you doing all 3 at once? Good question. So I'm doing all 3 at the same time because the bacon will take about 2-ish weeks for it to be ready. The salami is going to be around 2 months or so, give or take. And then the prosciutto could take up to a year. So what I'm wanting to do is we'll get everything curing today, get it into the fridge because I'm not paying $2,000 for a curing room or machine or whatever the heck it's called. And I'll do some videos as things go along to keep you updated, and then of course I'll do a full video for each one of these once everything's done. Also want to give a shout out to Revival Butchery. They didn't give me any discounts on any of this. Well, they did throw in 2 andouille sausages with my purchase, but no discounts, no nothing like that. Just want to give them a shout out. Great butcher shop here in South Carolina, and I think this is the 3rd time or so that we've been there now. Absolutely love the shop. I knew if I was going to spend the time and money to invest in this kind of little project to kick off, that I wanted to start off with actual quality meat. So that's why I went to Real Butcher Shop. This way I know if it turns out crappy in the end, it was my own doing and not theirs. So again, shout out to Revival Butchery. If you're in the upstate South Carolina or want to take a little bit of a drive to go to a good butcher shop, check those guys out. They're all great. So I tried to make this as easy as possible for me, and one of the videos that I'd looked at for research had, I believe they're sponsored by the sausage, what is it? The Sausage Maker. So went to their website, found out that they actually have a salami kit. So purchased that. That's what's in the box. There was no step 1, cut a hole in the box. This is what we have here. So let's see what all we have. Salami kit, packing list, don't need that. So again, this is their salami kit. We have some, I don't have venison for my mix, but venison salami seasoning, we'll still throw that in there. It's the Instacure. I'm not using any of this. I'm just going to use straight salt. But again, just want to show you what else here. Natural hickory liquid smoke. I might as well throw this into the trash because I will never use that. Not really sure what those are for. In the video I'd watched, I don't believe they used that, so we'll figure that out. A chain, some kind of, or clamps. I can't even speak English. Who knows? Soy protein concentrate. A sausage pricker, and no, do not leave a comment. You're a sausage pricker. That was for Dawn, by the way. And then sausage casing. This is my first time ever doing any of this, so if you're a pro or if you've done it or your grandpa's done it and you've seen how they do it and I screw something up here, feel free to leave me a comment, let me know where I messed up. If it's on one of the longer cooks, maybe it'll save me some time. I can go back and do something, or just scrap it if it's going to be bad. But yep, anything that you see that I'm messing up here, let me know. Appreciate it. So I got my casing cleaned off and everything. I've already got the one end tied off. So now I'm just going to mix it over in this bowl. So I took the seasoning that came with it and added some red wine, and it's been sitting in that for a little while. So I'm going to add a little piece by piece as we go. I have no clue about the measurements on this. I just eyeballed it. What I thought would be enough to cover this amount of meat. So if it comes out amazing, I'll have no clue what I did. If it comes out terrible, I'll not do that again. So this is going to be the tricky part because my sausage maker definitely does not have a tube that big. So we are going to have to hand pack this. And one of the biggest tricks is that it's supposed to get extremely tight. You know, you're supposed to pack it in there really good. So we'll see how that goes. I took my other glove off thinking I didn't want to get all of the sausage goo on the outside of the casing, which is still happening, but now I'm just gonna get sausage all over my hands anyway. Okay, so now I definitely need help from you that have done this before. Did I poke it too much? What did I do wrong? Have I done anything right? I'm not sure. I did remember it wasn't so much of getting every single air pocket out as it was in. It was more of just getting the meat packed in as tight as possible. So I tried to do that, tried to tie it off really tight on the opposite end. Just did the little pricker, poked the holes and everything through it. I feel like I've done it correct-ish. I was thinking of running it under some water to clean everything off, but I don't feel like that would be proper to do. Proper? Why did I say proper? I never say proper. I don't think that would be the right thing to do. With the holes in it, I would assume it would get water inside, and I'm not thinking we should do that, so I'm going to try to just wipe it off. As of right now, it is Wednesday, February the 26th, so this intro video should air this Friday, the 28th. So if I screw anything up and you see it quickly, let me know if it's anything that I can salvage. If it's not, come back later and laugh at me. So like I said earlier, I'm not doing any nitrates, any curing salts, anything like that. We're going old school, straight salt, especially for round number one. Just want to see how it works. And you know, I'm not a fan of the nitrates and all that anyway, so not going to do that. So we got some purified sea salt from Azure Standard in a 50-pound bag. I did all my research and everything. I see a lot of people like kosher salt, but everything that I've seen said it doesn't really matter. The sea salt may be a little bit finer than the kosher salt, so it may absorb it a little bit more. Might have to use a little bit more. That's kind of the only downfall, if you will, that I've seen. So straight salt for round one on everything except the salami. I'll throw in their seasoning pack more than likely with that. But other than that, as for the curing, the prosciutto and the bacon, straight salt. I'm also going to salt everything in this old Christmas decorations container we have. Cleans it out real good. Dried it really well too, to make sure there's no moisture in there that would start absorbing the salt before any of the meat did. And then I'm going to put the hog leg in it for its curing stage. So for the bacon, I've searched the internet, watched multiple videos, looked in books and stuff that I've gotten over the years. And I've seen where people will put it in plastic bags and kind of cure it. They'll flip it every day. They'll re-salt it every few days or so. Again, I like things the way they were traditionally done. I don't think, you know, grandma and grandpa back in Italy and Egypt and everywhere else where they cured their meats for years and centuries and decades. That was backwards, but you know what I'm saying. I don't think they were throwing nitrates in things. I don't think they had plastic bags to put stuff in. So for the bacon, straight salt. I'm going to put it in butcher paper, and I'll probably just put it on top of the container in the fridge once everything's curing. But again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate things. Just straight to the basics, how it's worked for hundreds, thousands of years. I don't need the nitrates to help speed that up for 3 extra days or whatever. We're good. I'm also not measuring or anything. Again, same concept I said earlier. They didn't measure anything back in the day. There's no point in measuring it. If you're doing a lot and you want to save some, maybe you do. But I don't care. A lot of what I've seen said, whatever sticks to it is enough. I don't really know if you can see it or not in here, but it needs a little bit of a better shave. There's a little bit of hair on there, so just going to shave some of that skin off just to get the hair out. You'd probably like it if I played you some nice music instead of just watching this in boredom, won't you? So let me play something. And I probably trimmed more than I should have there. Again, leave me a comment if I totally screwed that up. As I was trimming that and was going crazy with it, it made me think, again, I don't think back in the day they were worried about every single little bitty hair. There is a vein here. I think you can see that blood there. And again, any old timers, if I do something wrong, feel free to give me a comment down there. Let me know. But I believe it is right in here. Oh, there it was. See it coming out there, not here. And I just realized I don't have a paper towel. And I just almost forgot one of the most important steps, and that is weighing it, because it needs to sit in the fridge 2 days per every kilo. So we're at 6.4 kilos. I can do that math. About 12 to 13 days. Alright, so I trimmed a little bit more off here. Didn't want too much of a flat there. But the main place is to make sure to get the salt really packed in around the ball joint and in the hock up here. So I am going to start up here. And I should have put something underneath this container so it doesn't slide all over the place, but I did not. Everything I said to really pack it in there, so I That side should be good. And I'm going to really cover this since I trimmed so much off of that. And I may be using too much salt. I don't know. We'll find out in a year. Alright, if you're a pro, if you've done this 1,000 times, how does my salt coverage look? Does everything look good here? I'm going to add a little bit more on that where meat is showing. Should I leave it caked on like that or should I not? I'm going to, because I don't know any better way to do it. I know in the old country they're usually hung up and probably have the excess brushed off, so now that I think about it, let's do that. Alright, I think we're good. Now into the fridge to cure. And one of the things I saw said you could put a weight on it while it's cured and it'll kind of help it cure a little bit quicker. That'll be the only modern thing I'll do.